Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Macpherson and I want to welcome you to my home. I live in Taos, New Mexico, about 15 miles east of Taos, up in the mountains. I've lived here for 35 years and I found my Helga. This is really my mistress, the pond. I painted this series, Reflections on a Pond, 368 times. Actually, one for every day of the year. We had leap year, and I did it across the millennium, the first day of the new century and the last day of last century. And so the series, over the course of 20 years, have been traveling in different art venues and museums in the United States. And it just recently came back from 5 years traveling in China. Reflections on a Pond, I truly think it's my legacy creation. It took me actually 5 years to paint. These are all 6-inch by 8-inch paintings. And I painted them from my window looking at the little pond in front of our house. Basically the same view, the same composition more or less, and using the same 3 colors, yellow, red, and blue, and white, to create all these paintings. It truly shows how the effects of light and atmosphere affect the objects. And I don't paint the objects, I paint the effect, the air between me and the subject. And so I think this is truly the greatest example and a complete example of what plein air painting really is all about, at least for me. And I did this series for myself. I started in 1996 and it took me 5 years to complete because I've traveled so much and I teach so much. I couldn't always be there for every day of the 1 year. And I'm glad it took 5 years to complete because your life changes. Things happen in your life that affect you emotionally. You know, you're tired, you're sad, you're happy, and you experience those emotions in your paintings. And the whole series helped me see as an artist and taught myself to be an artist. So how can you commit to 5 years? I actually started, I didn't have an ending game. I didn't tell a gallery, I'm going to have these done and then we could have an exhibition. I did it truly for myself, but that's a big investment in myself to hold these back. And then after the paintings were completed, then I spent another almost 5 years creating a book about the project. And so that's another commitment. So this whole project took me 10 years. That was a project truly for myself. It's a commitment financially to hold on to this. But that's what I did. And I think I created one of my most treasured legacy items. I kept it as an entire collection of 368 paintings. And I never wanted to sell one here, one there, because the collection as a unit is more powerful as individually. But there's a time in my life now, at my age, with no children, that I want to find foster parents for these paintings. Actually, it's very important for me to sell these paintings to people who are going to appreciate them and care for them. And I hope in the future generations, at times, maybe they come back together for some exhibitions. So many people have started buying some of their favorite dates, their birthday, their anniversary. Sometimes they'll buy a group of 4, one of each season, or a group of 12, one of each month, which make a beautiful collection in itself. It's fun for me when I put these up on the wall. You know, I haven't seen them for many years myself, and I put them on the wall and they make me remember that particular day, that moment, or I see it with such fresh eyes again. Or sometimes I don't even remember painting that one too, which is kind of fun. They're like my children. They come back after they've been in college, and some have grown up, and it's kind of fun to see. So, you know, what I love looking at it, you know, it's the same scene, and it still inspires me when I see, you know, how different each one is. And I look back at this. This was Christmas Day, and when the full moon was rising and such, you know, the sun setting, it was such a beautiful moment. And This is early October. This one here, just when the leaves got their full beautiful autumn color and the first snow came. And so, that combination of, the snow on the ground. And I love these scenes that are very misty. I have a couple of them that are so misty by themselves, they almost look like nothing. But there's some of my favorite paintings where in the collection, you just see this ghost-like image of some of the trees in the background. And for part of the collection, it means so much. So the spring, the fall, the nighttime, it's endless what we can paint the same subject when light and atmosphere and seasonal changes happen with it. So I really suggest you explore in your own home environments and see if you can find something. You might have just one little tree in the corner of your yard that, in all the seasons it has a different look. And what a nice way to really connect with nature, when you're that close and that intimate. And the other thing about these paintings, the small scale, I feel they are more intimate because it makes the viewer, when they come up, they want to really engage. They want to get up close to it and really take a look at it. And it's fun when I have the collection in a museum and watching the people, how they interact with each one of them and how it touches them differently.